you walked out of that elevator, I could tell son that sooner or later you'll have what it takes to be an intern.
RE preparation. You will participate in weekly lab meetings, small group meetings, one-on-one sessions with mentors, along with other Duke undergrads and faculty. This will be May 11th through July 9th, 40-hour weeks, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Summer stipend, it doesn't say how much. They give priority to rising sophomores and juniors. You must be a full-time undergraduate student. Previous research is helpful but not required. Letter of recommendation and application completion is required. The deadline is February 26th, so that is tomorrow. So if anyone wants to apply, you need to do it by tomorrow. The links will be at the bottom. I put all the information I found on these slides, but feel free to, we'll be sending the slides out after this so you can have the links and all the information. UC Berkeley Cognitive Development and Learning Lab. You'll work with graduate students on multiple ongoing research projects with lab managers for administrative tasks. You'll be responsible for coding data, recruiting and testing child or adult participants, reading and discussing relevant theoretical and empirical papers, weekly reading groups and lab meetings. This will be from June 1st to July 23rd, 30-hour work week. It will be remote or in person or a combination depending on the public health status. $3,000 stipend, but they cannot help you with housing. So most likely you'd be using that for housing. CV or cover letter with application completion. Undergrad or have a bachelor's degree is recommended. Prior experience with children, formal and informal. So they mean things like just being comfortable with kids, acting silly around them. And prior research is not required. This deadline is March 1st, so you have a little bit more time, but it's at 9 p.m., not midnight. And there's the link for that one.
Emma, really fast, could you introduce the academic board real fast?
Yes. Let's see here. I'm Emma. We have Chloe. We have Aaron. And we have Dora. I can't see them. Okay. University of South Carolina, disparities in the criminal justice system. This is less psych related and more criminal justice related, but it's still research. So you'll be researching and addressing the role of race, ethnicity, class, and gender in explaining criminal justice behavior and understanding criminal justice practices. This will offer students opportunities to learn how to disseminate research findings, including involvement in undergraduate research symposiums and working on a publishable paper. So that's pretty cool. Focusing on participation from underrepresented students, including racial, ethnic minorities, women, and first-generation college students. It's a 10-week summer program, doesn't say what dates. I think they're still figuring that out. $5,000 stipend, $500 travel money, and $1,000 for meals. That all looks pretty good. On-campus housing, and you have to be an undergraduate for fall 2021. So if you're graduating in spring or summer, I'm sorry, can't do it. And you must relocate. And you need 2 letters of recommendation, and then the finalists will be interviewed on Zoom. This deadline is March 1st, so you have a little bit more time for this one too.
I have a quick question. I don't know if I can ask questions during this or if I have to reach out after the
Go ahead.
So it says on-campus housing, but then it's also a summer program. So how does that work? Is it just you're on campus and that's where you're housed, or is it?
Yeah, I don't know the details. Most of the details I found, I put on the slides, so you can always go through the link, but I'm assuming you'll be put up in maybe a dorm or something like that. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And just for anyone coming in late, we will be sending these slides out after, so don't freak out. We will be sending them out. University of Michigan, Cognition and Early Development Lab. Study how children cooperate and do things like how languages shape their thinking, conducting online experimental studies with children, processing and analyzing data using state-of-the-art software, and recruiting and scheduling families, and also helping with the study design. Each intern will be paired with a graduate student or a postdoctoral fellow mentor to work on a research project, weekly lab meetings, reading groups, workshops, and professional development seminars on various topics. This will be a 10-week program and will run from June 1st to August 6th, fully remote. It says it's stipend, but it says it's pending, so I think they also haven't figured out how much that stipend's going to be. Full-time and part-time positions, so that's also some leeway for anyone who can't be doing like 40-hour work weeks. Previous research is desirable but not required. This deadline is also on March 1st, so March 1st is becoming a very important date if you want to do these. Camp Attaway, I thought this would be I found this one the most interesting because I've always wanted to be like a camp counselor. 3-week therapeutic summer day camp offered to children 7 through 13 with emotional and behavioral disorders. Their mission is stated there: to nurture the mind, body, spirit of the children who are missing out on fun and friendship. You'll be responsible for safety, fun, and well-being of the children, implementing daily camp programming, behavioral data collection, meet daily for planning with program directors and clinical directors. So you would be getting trained from June 28th to July 1st. The actual camp program will be July 2nd through July 23rd, Monday through Friday. And then the staff wrap up and commencement ceremony would be like July 25th, July 26th. So the salary is said it depends on your training and experience, and they'll go up if you have more experience. Preferred qualifications: experience in management of behavior for children, especially those with serious emotional or behavioral disorders, experience in a special education or therapeutic setting, experience in programming daily activities for children's groups, bachelor's degree preferred, or advanced courses in special education, child psychology, therapeutic recreation, or an equivalent. CPR and first aid training are provided. And I was trying to find a deadline for this, but they didn't seem to have that much information about it. So I emailed the director. He still hasn't gotten back to me, but feel free to reach out through this email because that's who they had put down on the website to talk to if you wanted to apply for this. Once again, the link is at the bottom if you want to apply. And a Florida International Summer Treatment Program. This program had multiple positions open. You could be a counselor, you could be a research assistant, or a teacher classroom aide. They were looking for people to fill all those positions, so they have multiple open. It's a treatment program for children with ADHD, conduct disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, learning problems, and other behavior problems. You'll learn evidence-based techniques for working with children who have disruptive behavior disorders. You'll gain valuable clinical research experience to prepare for career and graduate school. You'll help the children improve their social skills, sports skills, and academic skills. And this program will be from June 21st to August 13th. And you have to call someone to start the application process. I put the phone number down. I called the woman earlier today. She was very, very nice. So feel free to ask them questions. She also told me that they were not told a deadline date and told me to reach out to this person's email. I reached out to them about a week ago, so I haven't gotten a response. So feel free to email them as well. But they seem very nice, and the link is at the bottom for that one as well. Now I'll be handing it off to Dora.
Alrighty, this opportunity comes from Yale's Internship in Organizational Behavior. This is an immersive 8-week program designed to provide aspiring researchers with the experience and skills that will help them make an informed decision about pursuing a PhD in a social science. The commitment is about 20 to 30 hours a week with a stipend of $4,000. And you'll be working on research projects at the Yale School of Management in New Haven, Connecticut. However, they have already announced that this will be moved remotely because of COVID. And the program runs from June 2nd to August 13th. In order to apply, applicants should submit one-page resume, one short essay, nothing more than 200 words, contextualizing their qualifications and personal career goals, and a brief response answering a question about specific research interest. Applications to the 2021 internship are being accepted now until March 1st. Applicants should be familiar with Qualtrics, SPSS, Microsoft software, or be prepared to learn quickly. They noted that within the application that is linked at that link below. Next, we have the University of Texas at Austin, partnering with the Population Research Center. This REU program offers talented undergraduates the opportunity for classroom training and hands-on research experience during an 8-week session on the campus of the University of Texas at Austin. The program will pay for your room and board and computing and research-related expenses. Students will also receive a $4,000 stipend for the 8-week program. This program is geared towards juniors who are seriously thinking about attending graduate school in the social sciences, and particularly in sociology or demography. Students from underrepresented groups are strongly encouraged to apply. The application deadline is February 28th, and they have not decided if they will be in person or remote yet, so I would also keep a lookout for that as well.
Okay, so this is a research opportunity with the Child Development Lab at the College of Staten Island. Some previous projects they've done there is studying the role of sleep in infants, how parents teach infants how to navigate stairs, the relationship between motor development and sleep, and also interns learn to code infant behavior from the videos that they recorded. So right now they're planning on it being virtual, and it is a paid position. The requirements for the internship is that you are a current undergraduate, preferably that you have experience with children, and they encourage underrepresented groups to apply. The applications are due March 12th, and it's in the form of a Google form. Another research opportunity is at the University of South Florida. So they're studying substance use and co-occurring disorders. It's an 11-week hybrid program. So it's partially remote and partially in person. So it's remote from May 27th to June 25th, and then it will transition to being in person starting June 26th, going all the way to August 5th, and that will be in Florida. The requirements are that you have had at least 60 hours of college coursework, including statistics and research methodology. The stipend is $4,400, and they give you an extra $1,000 for funding if you need it. But the cost of housing and food are not included, so you would probably be using that stipend towards housing and food. The applications aren't due until April 4th, so that's a good amount of time. But it does require you to do 5 short answer responses and get 1 faculty recommendation. So getting started on the recommendations early, I would recommend that, just to give the people enough time to write it for you if you decide to apply for this one. Okay, so this is another research opportunity. It's a Minority Health Disparities Initiative at the University of Nebraska. So their research is to help eliminate health disparities among underserved populations. It's 10 weeks long, and the requirements are that you are an undergraduate student and you have at least 1 or more semesters remaining before graduation. The stipend would be $5,000, and room and meal plan is included, so that's pretty good compared to some of the other ones. The applications are due on March 1st at 4 p.m., and the application includes some short answer questions, your resume, a transcript, and 2 recommendations. And this one is actually not a research position, but it is if you were thinking about going into HR, because they are looking for psychology majors. This would be a good one. And also it is at a mental health center. So if you want to get experience in somewhere where they have mental health facilities, this would be a good one. It's at the Eskenazi Mental Health Center in Indianapolis, I believe. So you would shadow the HR benefits team, help them review benefit inquiries with employees and other assigned projects as needed. It would be primarily virtual with occasional on-site work in Indianapolis. It's part-time for this summer, and it would include the support of a dedicated member. You would get a letter of recommendation upon your completion, but it is unpaid. So I couldn't find a specific due date, but I would just say if you're interested, do it as soon as possible, and you will need to write a cover letter and upload your resume.
All right, so this one is the Northwestern University Minority Health and Health Disparities Research Training Program. Provides health disparities research training experience to minorities and underrepresented students and trainees at the graduate and undergraduate levels. I don't think you need to be an underrepresented minority, but it's encouraged. It's a 12-week program to start this summer. The exact date has not been determined yet, I don't believe. You need to be either a junior or a senior to apply for this one. You get a monthly stipend of $1,114, which is $3,324 total over the summer. And I reached out to the program director for this one and the next one about when applications are due. It did not say on the website, and I have not heard back yet. So if I do hear back, I will post about it in the Psych Club group me if you are already a part of that. But you need to have an up-to-date curriculum. Okay, I don't know what that even means. Or a resume, college transcripts, 3 references, and 2 written statements. This is the Northwestern Summer Research Opportunity Program, or SROP. This is a competitive research experience in various fields. These are only a few of them: social science, humanities, chemical, biological sciences, etc. It's hosted by Northwestern, and this one is for sophomores and juniors from all colleges and universities across the United States. It's a 6-week program. It runs from June 14th to July 30th. Right, I said you have to be a sophomore or a junior. You need to have at least a 3.3 GPA. You should be a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident and interested in pursuing a doctoral degree at Northwestern. You just have to be interested, so you could just say you're interested. And once again, I checked and I have not heard back yet, but if I do hear back, I will let you know. There's some essays and stuff very similar to the last program, also involves this one, and the finalists are interviewed on Zoom. And here are some of the alumni. Thank you. Okay, that is all we have for you tonight. Some of those deadlines are coming up, so make sure you pay attention to those. We will be sending out the slides, but we can open it up for questions. We can try and answer any questions you all have. If not, feel free to go.